All right. Welcome everybody to this second week of our oil camp. Today we're going to be talking about the foundation of our wellness. When we're talking about our wellness pyramid, that foundation, as you probably figured, is nutrition. And so we're going to talk about how we can support that nutrition foundation with doTERRA's essential oils and their products, and just really up-leveling in that area. And depending on your goals, you might have different goals regarding like sleep or energy and things like that. Well, as you could probably figure out, having that solid foundation is a compounded effect. It affects all the rest of the things going up. So somebody might be wanting support in in sleep or in emotional needs and things like that. Well, if we address that foundation, it can really help with all those different things. So the first thing that I want to address is and show you guys, and some of you on this call are already giant fans of this product. It's actually the #1 selling product in doTERRA. It's the Lifelong Vitality Program, and it is phenomenal. We call it LLV, Lifelong Vitality, and it's our supplements, our vitamins, minerals, and omegas, okay? And we'll address that in a minute, but let's first talk about our nutrition foundation and kind of the different problems that we encounter regarding this. And as you move forward, I want you to think about, how am I measuring my wellness? Am I measuring it simply by, oh, I don't go to the doctors, or your energy levels, what you're able to do with your body, how you feel when you wake up, all those different things? See how you measure your wellness and start to analyze what are some different things that you can look at that helps you identify where your wellness might be able to be up-leveled. Okay, so there's a bunch of different risk factors that we all face, and some of them are outside of our control and some of them are inside of our control. We can't control our family medical history and our predisposition for disease, our genetics and things like that. But what we are finding is that even with those genetics, even with those predispositions, we have things within our control that can help like turn on and off different genes and things like that. So as we focus on the things in our control, we can try to diminish the effects of those other things that are outside. So diet, exercise habits, stress levels, and sleep patterns are huge factors. I mean, I could talk for an hour just about sleep in and of itself. A lot of people talk about and have written books on how if we have a good night's sleep, the effect that it has on your entire body, and how that's the one time we can actually cleanse our brains and things. It's kind of the rinse cycle in a sense for our brains. And so if we're not going through that process, there's going to be issues. Now, when we're looking at our wellness, there's different obstacles that we're going to encounter. High stress levels, lack of exercise, like we said, sleep, nutritional deficiencies, and exposure to toxins. Now, the toxins one, that's actually going to be, we're going to address that in depth in a couple of weeks when we talk about toxicity and reducing our toxic load. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. And but today we're going to talk about nutrition. A lot of times we are deficient in some major vitamins and minerals that we need. Some statistics for you. Look at the percentages here of the percentage below the recommended amount for vitamin D, E, magnesium, A, calcium, vitamin C. And I mean, that's huge. That's huge. And even if we are trying to have a really good diet, our food just isn't what it used to be. So the side effects, what is happening in our body and what can be produced if we are not getting the nutrients that we need can be significant. And sorry, our faces are in the way sometimes. I'm having to adjust our faces on our little screens. So when we don't have that daily nutrition, some different issues can arise, and those conditions can be worsened. And so if we can really get that foundation, like we talked about, we can up-level our health in so many different areas. Now, sometimes people are like, well, if I just eat really healthy and organic and, you know, all these different things, I'm good to go. I don't need to supplement. But really, if you talk to a nutritionist and things, they're going to tell you that even with best intentions, there's going to be some deficiencies still there. And because our food just isn't what it used to be, with the type of farming that is mainly out there, even in organic farming, we are missing some of those key nutrients. And so as we supplement, we can help to compensate for that. And hopefully we're also going to be advocates for those great farming practices. Just a little plug here for Biggest Little Farm. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It is amazing. It's about, let's see, what is it called? Basically a traditional farming format with they created basically their own ecosystem, and bringing that back into balance, being sure to focus on the like the decomposers and things and healthy microorganisms within the soil, which is really, really essential, and a lot of what our food, part of the reasons why our food is deficient in a lot of different things. Okay, so if we can do proper supplementation that has been formulated to be taken throughout your life, then you can really maintain this optimum level of health. And combining that with a healthy lifestyle, then you're really kicking things into gear. Now, the Lifelong Vitality Program is such a great part of that, because we've got all these different things to help give us that good foundation, so that as our bodies are changing, our hormones are changing, our enzymes are changing, we can still be able to support our bodies. So the benefits that people are experiencing by being a part of this Lifelong Vitality Program, we have antioxidant support, immune support, energy support, nutrient support, with safe and effective ingredients. Okay, so the feedback that I get, not only experiencing for myself, but that I hear from a lot of people, is that when I take the Lifelong Vitality Pack, so when I take these vitamins and minerals, I have less pain, more energy, and better mood. Okay? Less pain, more energy, better mood. Who doesn't want that in their lives these days, right? So, and I see a significant shift if I didn't take my Lifelong Vitality Pack in the morning. And I'm like, oh man, I'm feeling sluggish. And I remember I take that, and within like 20, 30 minutes, there's a shift. And there's two different things there, and I will address that. You have an emotional aspect of it too. Having a tool that you are confident in, having that pause and choosing something for yourself that you know is good for you, it shifts your brain to say, okay, it's time, here we go. We're making a shift. And so then not only is your body, it's taking in these good things, but your body is ready to take in these good things. It's ready for the shift. So not only physically, but mentally, you're able to make that shift. And so that's one of the powerful things of it. So not only incredible ingredients that we're going to talk about, but also think of this from an emotional, a psychological standpoint of going, every time I make that choice, I'm programming myself for further good choices. And that's a beautiful thing, right? Okay, so with supplements, a big issue with people, it can sometimes be the price, right? Well, I'm buying these foods, now I need to buy supplements. Well, to get what is in doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack, it is over $200 to $300 worth of supplements with the ingredients and things like that. And we can get them for $79.50. And then if you're on the loyalty rewards program, you get your shipping back and a percentage of that back, and with free stuff. So it's really, and think about, with the benefits of less pain, more energy, and better mood, is that worth it to you? It is to me. It absolutely is to me. So the first one that I want to talk to you guys about, the first of the 3-pack, is the Alpha CRS. Now, this one is that cellular energy and renewal aspect, okay? So with the cellular energy, we're not talking stimulants. So like there's no caffeine in it. There's no other stimulants that might be in there. You have like coenzyme Q10. And here, let me grab it really quick. Okay, so for the cellular energy blend, acetyl L-carnitine, alpha lipoic acid, coenzyme Q10, quercetin, and ginkgo biloba, leaf extract. Okay, so some of those we're pretty familiar with in regards to energy, and you're getting these all in a really great blend. And then you have your cellular longevity blend, which is your antioxidants. And so you're seeing these like different root extracts, stem extracts, and all of that. I won't read them all to you, but I'll have a handout available that'll give all the breakdown for these. But really, really powerful things from foods, from berries, that our body it recognizes these things, all right? It recognizes these things. These are not synthetic stuff. And so our body can utilize them properly. And not only, and it's not just, oh, I'm just making my body more energized. It helps the mitochondria in your body. So you have your cell, right? And you have the powerhouse of the cell, which is the mitochondria. And this stuff helps to not only support the mitochondria to function better, but it helps your cells make more mitochondria as well. So throughout, as you continue to take this, your body's making more energy. That's crazy, right? That's awesome. I love it. So fantastic. Love this one. Now, with the antioxidants, remember, we need things that are going to absorb those free radicals. And so we have these free radicals, and I won't go into the chemistry of it and whatnot, but see, they're missing this little guy right here, missing this electron, and he is like hungry for this electron, and he can do one of two things. This free radical can like steal it from your DNA and damage your cell in different ways, or he can encounter an antioxidant who's like, hey, here, I got this spare electron, take it, you're good. And then they're both happy. So it like neutralizes those free radicals so they don't damage your cells. So as your body has these antioxidants in them, then you're good to go. Here are some of the ingredients that's in this Alpha CRS. Turmeric, okay, that's one that's on people's mind a lot. And now even with our essential oils, now that we have a turmeric essential oil, we can increase the absorption of that as well, just FYI. Okay, now we've talked a bit about this as well. And so these are some of the different benefits: promoting cellular energy, cellular function, mental clarity. Okay, so a lot of this has to do with our mood as well. All right, Z Omega. Now I've got to tell you, this is actually my favorite one because it's ninja. Yes, that's a thing. It's a very technical adjective to describe it. Ninja. It's probably my favorite adjective because it has these. One, it's got the essential oils in it, and I think it's 9 different essential oils, and it includes clove, frankincense, which you already know is like the king of essential oils, so complex that it affects every system in the body, thyme, cumin, orange, peppermint, ginger, caraway, and German chamomile. Okay, all of these essential oils are already in there. So we're taking these essential oils internally, which is fantastic. Even in the small amounts, has a huge effect on the body. So you know how I talked about before with the price comparison? That wasn't even taking into consideration the fact that these have the essential oils in them already, which you're not going to find properly anywhere else but doTERRA. So we have these daily dose of essential oils along with your omegas and things. And you have the astaxanthin, which is also a antioxidant as well. So we're getting even more antioxidants. Now we need to have a balance of omega-3, 6, and 9. But it's not an equal balance. We really need to have a lot of omega-3s. And so the omega-6s, they're not great. We get a lot of them. We need them to have a proper inflammatory response, but if we have too much of them, then there's issues. So we really need to make sure we're focusing on those omega-3s. So you have your vitamin E, vitamin D, and a marine blend and a plant blend of omegas, so that we can compensate for the large amount of omega-6s that we typically consume. So here are some of the different benefits. Seeing a lot of like cardiovascular stuff, cell growth, muscle activity, brain development, immune function. Okay, really, really great things happening with this one. And it has this really cool technology with it that makes it water soluble. So it's different from a lot of fish oils. Okay, so I wanted to show you really quick. Typically when you think fish oils, you think what? Horse pill, right? Huge pill, pain in the neck to swallow. Well, here it is. Now you're encouraged to take 4 of these little guys every day. So like 2 in the morning with your first meal, and then I like to take my second one. I don't have issues with taking vitamins like kind of on an empty stomach. Some people do. And so if you're one of those people, make sure you're taking them with food. But I typically have kind of a lull in energy mid-afternoon, and so I'll take my second dose then. And so I take 2 of each of these morning and evening, or in the afternoon. Okay. Next one I want to talk to you about is that there is a vegan option for that. So we talked about having marine and plant-based. Well, this is all plant-based. So excellent, right? It's wonderful to have those options. Now, Microplex BMZ. So we have our vitamins and minerals, and it's a combination of them. So the names on this are great, right? And we have made different improvements to them as well. So our body can recognize these vitamins and minerals as food and actually absorb them. So all these different vitamins and minerals to help with that proper function of things, and that we might not be getting in our diet like we've talked about. And we also have a tummy tamer blend of different herbs so that we can help with that. And we've also included some, now it's not quite enough for the typical person, most of us are needing more of this, but has the enzymes to aid in digestion as well. So we do have some of those enzymes as well. Some of those main benefits, we have those 22 essential vitamins and minerals, so we can also help to fight those free radicals and support healthy metabolism. Have to read through those real quick. And I want you to just take and see, I want you to look and see which one you are, stands out to you the most. All right, so which one really stood out to you that you're like, hey, that's cool?
I'm here. I think it's pretty cool that it helps with healthy immune system function.
Yeah. That is on a lot of people's minds these days, right? To make sure that we have that proper immune function. So yeah, it's not just about sanitizing, right?
Right.
There's so many other factors to it. Awesome.
Right.
That metabolism is, I really enjoy that part of it. That one that really sticks out to me is that metabolism, and learning more about that. It's not just about, oh, healthy metabolism, losing weight, but it's proper cellular function, your cells functioning properly. So I really like that part. And so we've also have vegan as well. So that's really fantastic to have that option available. And so you can incorporate this into your day, and as we incorporate that into our wellness philosophy, and again, we're going to be addressing each of these more individually in further oil camp classes. And so if we start with that eating right, then it can really just up-level everything else as well. We start with that foundation. And that is why the Lifelong Vitality Pack is actually the #1 seller in doTERRA. And make sure that, of course, that you're talking with your doctor and consulting with a medical professional when you're starting these different things. And especially if you're dealing with some different medical issues and whatnot, so that your doctor can be aware and help with monitoring those different aspects. So I would like to invite you to take a 30-day challenge, because doTERRA is so confident that this will change your life. The box has been updated. It now looks like this. So anyways, it says on the side, just 30 days to change your life, guaranteed. So the challenge is to try it. Try it for 30 days, take these things, feel the difference. And if you're not convinced, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. So there's really no risk involved with this. And, you know, I like to say, what's the best that could happen? What's the best that could happen? You could take these and have less pain, more energy, and a better mood. How would that change your life? If you can make that shift in 30 days, how would that impact the rest of your life? Okay, so any questions so far with what we've talked about? I'll check the chat as well. See if we've got some questions.
Lisa, I have a question actually.
Yeah.
So I know that it says to take it, you know, take each 2 times per day. What are your thoughts on taking it just once a day, like 1 dose?
And doing all 4 in 1 dose, or just like 2 in 1 dose? Like 2 a day?
2 in 1 dose, just once a day.
And once a day.
Yeah.
It's formulated for a 150-pound person. Okay, so, and I know like the guys typically take just the 4 still, like even if you're over 150. But you know, if you're weighing less than that and whatnot, half is fine. And honestly, there's a lot of days where I just get that 1 dose and I forget to do that 2nd dose. But my body's still gonna reap the benefits of that.
Right.
Your body, you know, body can only absorb so much at a time. And so that's why they want you to spread it out. And like, you know, ideally you would even want to spread it, do 4 times a day type of thing. But unless you already have some sort of regimen in that, that's really, really hard for people. So doing the 2 times a day is really great. But even that one, it can create huge shifts for people. And yeah, absolutely. Because it's such high quality that it's still going to be way better than like a pressed tablet. You really don't want to do pressed tablets because it very, very little is absorbed. And I know people that have had benefits that, like, yeah, I totally feel benefits from even doing a pressed tablet. And so just think how much more they would be able to experience the greater benefits with having these capsules like they have, and having these great quality in there. So yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, no, that totally did. Thank you.
Okay, so let's shift now. We've talked about the kind of creating or trying to fill the gaps in our nutrition. But now let's talk about cooking with essential oils. So I will get this next PowerPoint started. I just got this, I don't know. And wait, stop it. Slideshow from the beginning. Okay, can you see this slideshow properly? Like the full screen? You see cooking with essential oil?
Yep.
Perfect.
Looks good.
Okay, cool. All right, so now let's talk about, now this is super fun to cook with essential oils. As if you've experienced them at all, you know that essential oils pack a powerful punch. And so using them in our cooking is such a great way to incorporate them and taking them internally. I'm gonna share with you guys in the unit a really cool infographic on some of the benefits of taking essential oils internally. So yeah. Oh, Lorelei, does Mike have any, it's Mike, right? Have any questions or concerns, comments with what we've talked about so far?
No, he doesn't, but he's listening. It's good.
Cool.
He's a sponge.
All right. If he has any
Thanks.
questions, don't hesitate.
I'll let you know.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So when you're cooking with essential oils, not only are we adding flavor, but we already know that these have huge benefits for the systems of the body. So we're getting those internal benefits as well. And they're natural and they're really convenient as well. They're more compact than a lot of our, you know, herbs and things like that we might keep in our kitchen. And historically, we've used these herbs and essential oils in cooking for forever. Now, you know, some people, oh, taking essential oils internally is scary. Well, it's only scary if you're not using essential oils from a company that you know you can trust, like doTERRA, that follow those proper, like we talked about in the intro class, using the proper testing with the right labs, third-party labs, and the right types of tests to ensure that they're pure and will have the therapeutic quality that we need. So some of the ones that are commonly used that we love, of course, but not necessarily intended to be used internally would be arborvitae, cedarwood, cypress, Douglas fir, eucalyptus, spikenard, white fir, and wintergreen. Now, you might notice these are a lot of trees, right? It's mainly trees. So if it's tree one, probably not intended for internal purposes. But if you ever wonder, because like frankincense, that's a tree, right? That's definitely for internal purposes. So if ever you wonder, all you need to do is look right at the bottle. And if you can see this here, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen really quick so that I can show you this. See if it can focus in. Come on. Focus, focus. Okay, there it is. Supplement facts. It might be backwards for you, but so this bottle of frankincense here, and on every single bottle of doTERRA's essential oils, if it is intended to take internally, it will have those supplement facts on there. We follow FDA guidelines regarding labeling. So, it has been, it's been shown to be safe to take internally. And so then we're able to label it as a supplement with some different directions for use. All right, so there's that one. And like our new citrus twist, that is that was a part of our loyalty rewards program that we got for free for doing a purchase of 125 PV before the 15th of the month. This was the one that we got for free. And if you notice on it, no supplement facts. Okay, so this one then is not intended to take internally. So there you go. So that's a good just rule of thumb. When in doubt, check the label. Okay. So when you are heating up essential oils, obviously even at room temperature, they go everywhere. So, and they're going all throughout the air. So if you're using a lot of heat, you wouldn't necessarily want to add the essential oils first because they're going to just kind of go everywhere, and it can kind of change the chemistry of it. If you wouldn't put like into a hot pan, you wouldn't drip your essential oils. It's not that type of oil. Well, it's really not a lipid at all. So this is not, oh, I'm going to grease my pan with some lemon essential oil. No. You would use different things for that. Okay. And remember, they can absorb, just like when you are heating, like using cast iron or stoneware and things like that, it can absorb in. So it's a great way to really add some great seasoning to your cookware as well. And when you are measuring out these essential oils, unless it's like a really hot oil, typically 1 drop is like 1 full teaspoon. Okay, so you wouldn't, if the recipe calls for a teaspoon of whatever herb, remember these are 50 to 70 times more potent. So you wouldn't fill up. I remember my friend and I, when we were first starting out with essential oils, and she was trying to figure out how to cook with them, and we really didn't have any guidelines out there yet because it was just so new. And she wanted to make this like peppered chicken and such, and she used essential oils, but she used so much, and it was so gross. Her poor husband is like, oh my goodness, and she felt terrible. But now we've learned and we know, and so just that 1 drop. And so if you can remember, they're lipid soluble, so if you can add them first to whatever oil that you might be putting on there, or whatever fat that you're putting on and into the recipe, it will distribute through that first and then more evenly go into your cooking. Okay. And also with some of the hotter oils, you like oregano and cinnamon and things, especially if it's a smaller amount. Like if I was to do a peppermint mocha, let's say, in the morning, I'm not going to put a full drop of peppermint into my mocha. For me, that's too much. Unless you like super love peppermint, it's just too much. Okay. So you can take a toothpick and dip a toothpick in it and swirl it around. So just like with anything, you can always add more, but you can't take it away. So that's a good tip there. Start with a toothpick. Might seem like, oh, that's nothing. Just start there, trust me. Swirl with the toothpick, good to go. The other pro tip that I will tell you is when you're adding these drops into something. Now, she's adding the tangerine into this wonderful mixture here to make a smoothie. Now, okay, if an extra drop or 2 of tangerine gets in there, it's not going to be the end of the world. But if you're using some of those different spices like oregano and cinnamon and stuff like that, an extra drop is significant. Okay, so what I do is I will put the drops, however many drops that I want to put into a recipe, into a spoon first, so that I know I got the right amount, and then stir it in to whatever I'm doing. And so then if I got too much, I can, compensate for that. All right. Okay. Like I said, end of the cooking process with things for these essential oils so that you can get them, so not all of it is just flowing away with the added heat. With the cookware as well, try to stick with the glass, ceramic, or stainless steel, because the essential oils can pull from the plastic and pull those toxins out of the plastics and into your food. So yeah, you don't really want that to happen. So I mean, if it's going to be briefly into like a Vitamix or something like that, you're pretty good. You're good. But if it's going to be cooking in something or sitting in something, You wouldn't really want it in like a plastic cookware. I love, some of my favorite ones are basil, cassia. These two are some of my favorites. What's another that I really like to use? Oh, cilantro. Cilantro is another one. It's not on here at the moment, but it's another one that I really like to use, especially with, especially with like for Mexican stuff, obviously. But one of the reasons I really like cilantro is it actually can chelate out heavy metals, which means that the different heavy metals that we come across, it can bind with those and help flush them out of our bodies. And yeah, we'll talk more about this in the toxicity class, but yeah, that can have huge benefits. And these essential oils can get into your brain as well. So the different issues that we might have in the brain from heavy metals and things like that, that might be, you know, we might see down the road different research that comes up to show even further the benefits of these essential oils for brain health due to helping take care of those heavy metal toxicities. I'm looking out for those. All right, so some like great tips here, citruses for baked goods, yogurts, dips, salsas, all that jazz. And I will also add some great recipe cards into the unit as well. And so I love how this is just laying it out for us with our citruses versus our spices versus our herbs, florals. And I hadn't really thought much about our florals with cooking. But in desserts, teas, baked goods, it can use to soften the citrus flavors. And then we've, of course, got our mints to incorporate into our beverages, desserts, salads, and different meats and things like that. So it's just endless, the different opportunities. I have this cute little rack. When you've been with doTERRA as long as I have, they come out with different cool little things. So I have this cool little spice rack that's specifically for essential oils. It has doTERRA across it, and they just sit in there and you just pick them up and it's just right there, handy for you. But you can really just get any little essential oil rack and have it right there by your stove where you're cooking, because location is everything with being able to incorporate these essential oils for our life. So yeah, got some different recipes that I will share with you guys, and beverages, and I'll put these on there so that you can see them, but just some great ideas for marinades and baked goods. That looks delicious. Soups and salsas. Next time around, when like we can actually come together with a group of people, for this class, when we do this again, we should bring some different stuff and kind of have a little, what would you call it? Like a little luncheon type of thing. What do you think, Lorelai?
Sounds fun. I like it.
I think it'd be super fun.
Yeah.
Super fun. Maybe do a barbecue. I'll do the marinade with some stuff, and you guys bring the sides, and just make a fun time of it. All right. So there's different things. Yay, yay. And I will also include a way to get a hold of this ebook as well, with cooking with essential oils. So you can always have it at your fingertips on your device, or if you want to print it out, whatnot. Okay. Now, any questions at this point? And then I want to show you something really quick. But any questions so far?
I don't have any questions, Lisa. Thank you.
Yeah. How about you, Mike?
Mike, do you have any questions?
No, sounds fantastic. I'm actually ready to sign up.
Sweet.
He uses my account. Yeah.
So talk to your wellness advocate and she can help you out with that.
Good.
All right. So I wanted to show you real quick. Okay. How to kind of get a hold of these different products. Now that you have, like, if you have your account already, so go to doTERRA.com and you can log in. And remember, there's two different ways that you can purchase. You can purchase at wholesale, which is 25% off of retail by doing a standard order, or you can get things for basically below wholesale by doing a loyalty rewards order. So this is like the smartest way to get your oils and doTERRA products. Your shipping gets reimbursed to you and in points, and then a percentage of your order, if it's over 50 points, gets reimbursed to you as well. So right here, this is for the one-time order, and so your shipping doesn't get reimbursed, but you still get the 25% off. But I do that loyalty rewards order. It's scheduled to process for me on the 27th, and you can edit that at any time. And I typically go in before then and press, process then when I'm ready to go. So I'll just show you really quick how to edit that. So you just click that edit button. First, you'd want to create one, and you pick the date, and then you start adding items in, and fantastic. All right. So for this Lifelong Vitality Pack, it's right there, and you can just type it in, and then boom, it's added in. And the thing about it, though, is there's different supplements. Like I talked about those enzymes and things, and probiotics. A lot of times we need probiotics. Well, you can add them. See, normally it's for $34.50 for our probiotics. Well, you can get them for $20 when you get the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So when you get those, you discount some of the other supplements that you might need. Or let's say I need an extra one for like my kids or my husband or whatever. Like we've got the kids vitamins at discount, an extra boost of like anti-inflammatory stuff with the Deep Blue supplement. All right. So you have these different options. You can add up to 3 of these at this discounted price and just add them right to your order. Okay. And you can also just type in, okay, I want to try the basil. And I can't spell. And then I can just click on it. And it adds to my order. And so I can see here with the PV, if it is over 50, I'm going to get a percentage back. And as you stay on it, that percentage increases up to 30% back on your orders that are over 50 PV. They can be less, and that's totally fine. And so here it gives you it shows, okay, with this one order, if I was to process this, I would get $45, 45 points, okay? So basically $45 in free stuff that I can pick later on. So here's my rewards points that I currently have. This would be added to my points next month. Let's say I wanted to use my points to get this basil. So you use points, select, but at this point I can't save it. See how it doesn't save? Because the free basil can't process every month. So when you're wanting to use your points, you just want to make sure that you're ready to process that order, and then you just go proceed to checkout, and then you confirm things and you're good to go, and it gets sent to you. So even when you do the proceed to checkout, you're still going to get the shipping points back and the percentage back and all that jazz. Notice when I had that basil, when I used my points with the basil, my PV of what I actually purchased decreased. So then my amount of points total that I would earn back decreased, okay? So I used some points and yeah, all right. So if you have any questions more regarding that, feel free to reach out to your wellness advocate that you're working with, and they will help you fine tune anything and develop a wellness box through the LRP program that's best for you. So that is all I have for you today. Again, if you are, let's see. Lorelai, can you see, hold on, it's loading. Can you see the VIP Healthy Habits group on the screen?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so VIP Healthy Habits group, if you haven't joined the group for our team yet, this is where the units are for all of these classes. So you go to here, you go to the units, and then we have a welcome thing, we have last week's class, and then we have a bunch of different resources that are going to be here in the week 2, having a foundation of nutrition. And then next week we'll be talking exercise, and we'll just be filling these in. So this is our very, very first round, and so we'll be adding these in as they go, and then they'll be there for you for the rest of the time. All right? So enjoy, and if you have like any questions, like I said, reach out to your wellness advocate. And Lorelai, who is one of my wellness advocates, do you have any questions regarding this or anything like that?
No, I am.
Oops, kind of breaking up a bit.
Good.
Sounds like she's good. Got some lag happening. And just to show you, you actually can click like done within the units, and you can get like a little badge and everything. So pretty ninja. All right, so I will stop this recording, and you'll just hop back on. So Nicole, you're joining us here. I'm gonna ask you guys to hop off really quick, and then in about 5 minutes, hop back on, and we'll go into the business basics training. So for those of you that are watching live in these days, you can hop and use that same link for the oil camp link is the same link for the business basics. So just give me about 5 minutes to get this all ready to go, and we will rock and roll with Elite in 6 weeks.
Got it.
So thank you so much for joining, and I will see you guys again soon.